In this episode of PluginIndia EV Guru, we will talk about the cost of charging your Tata Nexon EV. Have you booked the hottest electric car in the Indian market right now, the Tata Nexon EV, or are you still trying to decide if the high sticker price is worth it? One of the biggest costs of driving any petrol or diesel car is the cost of fuel. Electric cars, however, offer tremendous cost savings because electricity rates are low and less volatile compared to oil prices. At Plug-in India, we have been driving electric cars for 7+ years, and we know how cost efficient and convenient electric cars are from real-world experience. All of us understand the costs associated with petrol vehicles because we have grown up driving or being driven in them, whether we had a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler, or we took the bus to school or college or work. One of the first things you do when calculating costs is dividing the cost of petrol in your city by the real-world city mileage of your car. This will give you the per kilometer cost of driving the car. For example, the Tata Nexon Petrol AMT, which starts at 8,30,000, is a good car to compare with the Tata Nexon EV. The Tata Nexon AMT gives you a real-world mileage of 11 kilometers per litre. Let's say you drive 12,000 kilometers every year. With a petrol price of Rs 76 per litre, we are looking at 1,091 litres of petrol consumed per year. Yes, you heard that right, 1,091 litres. So, your petrol costs in the Tata Nexon AMT will add up to Rs 82,916 per year. If you use this car for 8 years, your total fuel consumption would be 8,728 litres, and the amount of money you'll have spent on it would be a jaw-dropping 6,63,328 rupees. Remember this number because we are going to come back to it later. With the Tata Nexon EV, or any electric car for that matter, you have to calculate costs differently. First, you find out the energy density of the Nexon EV's battery pack. Energy density is the amount of electricity that can be stored in a battery. It's easy to find. Just consult the car brochure or manual or ask the salesman. And when in doubt, remember, the internet is your friend. Next, you need to calculate the real-world range offered by the Tata Nexon EV in the city. You divide the energy density by the range and multiply this with the per unit electricity cost in your city to give you the per kilometer cost. So, in the case of the Tata Nexon EV, the energy density of the battery pack, if you remember, is 30.2 kilowatt hours. Divided by the real-world city range is 250 kilometers. This is multiplied by the per unit electricity rupees over the same period. This means you'll save a massive rupees 5,93,824 in fuel costs alone. Also remember that oil is a finite resource with costs of drilling, extraction and transportation getting higher each day. The cost of oil keeps fluctuating, but the trend has been an upward one for decades. Further, with India importing most of its oil, the price can fluctuate based on the global geopolitical situation. Basically, so long as we keep importing oil, the countries we import from have carte blanche to take full advantage of us. Electricity, on the other hand, poses no such problems. India can generate electricity locally and the price is not dependent on geopolitics and is largely stable. India also generates 20% of its electricity from renewable energy, and this percentage is expected to grow exponentially in the coming years as we invest in solar and other technologies. Therefore, as the years go by, it will actually get cheaper to drive your Nexon electric. Meanwhile, driving the Nexon petrol EMT will only become more expensive. You can visit the PluginIndia electric cars page and take a look at the numbers for the Nexon EV and other electric cars. We have interactive calculators, long-term ownership cost calculators, and much more. We hope this episode of EV Guru has answered any questions you might have about the fuel costs of the Nexon EV. Remember, by going electric, you're not only saving a ton of money, you're also benefiting your city, your country, and your environment. So, don't be thick, drive electric.